How many concentration saves do I need to make?
You took 3 attacks. Did you take damage from all 3?
I took damage from 2.
And
then
it
like
was one hit,
You
one
saved
miss,
from,
one hit, and then
Maybe not
the
that one.
the squirt also hit you.
Yeah.
Ew.
I don't think any of the damage from those was above 20.
No,
so this
it was
would be
8 plus 7, and then 11 plus 9, and then 7.
Okay. For those of you at home, we took a little break before this round of combat because the last one took us quite a second. We remembered while we were inside, or rather, I was kindly reminded while we were inside that Elzor is concentrating on a spell, so he took damage 3 times, so Elzor needs to make 3 Constitution saving throws, DC 10 for each.
All right, I need to roll 6 or better
Okay,
on every single one of these dice.
probably fine.
Nothing's coming up. So.
That one's cocked. That one
that's
is a
2.
problem.
Yeah, so my spell's going to drop.
Okay. That was the...
That was the call lightning.
Oh, okay, so the storm overhead dissipates as black bile is spat into Elzor's beak.
Oh,
A little pellet, owl pellet comes out.
I took damage too.
Do you have a
Were you
concentration spell?
concentrating on something?
Haste.
Is haste concentration?
It is
It-
concentration, up to a minute. So, Hugin, you will need to make also a DC 10 Constitution saving throw to try and concentrate on the haste spell.
Don't you get a bonus on saving throws from the thing, that spell that you guys have?
Warding Bond.
You get a +1 bonus to your saving throw.
Okay, well that's better than the +0 I have for Constitution.
Oh my god.
So you just need to roll a 9 or higher.
I just gotta choose the right dice.
Isn't the amount of... It's not the... It's always...
It is
10
half
unless
of
it goes
it is-
below it, or
yeah,
above it.
Yeah, it's half the damage taken or 10, whichever is higher.
Yeah.
Now 20.
And I get even faster.
All right.
Vibrating.
Okay, that brings us back to the top of the round with Munin.
Yay.
Hugin, as a free action, make a quick persuasion check.
+7, so that's 25.
25. Okay. I'm gonna say she needs to roll higher than that to continue attacking Sir Rob. It's be insight. That's only a 16.
Whenever you're done, I have a thing.
Okay. Munin sees the pleading in your eyes telling her not to attack Sir Rob, grits her beak, and turns away.
I need to concentrate attacks. I can get away from this.
I'm going to trust you. Priority is Bristlebeard.
It's a pretty audible gasp over there.
It's a big deal. I forgot I had a whole feat.
Yeah, she's got just enough to get here. She can't
God damn it.
flank with
Oh
anyone.
no, is that a bad thing? That's a bad thing.
It's all right.
You want-
Sorry,
Oh.
they can't communicate.
Yeah.
I'm not to get in the way of my spells.
Listen,
only
it's kill
120
Bristlebeard or kill Rob. That's Munin's 2 jobs. Protect Hugin, kill the armadillo.
Well, if she kills
I mean, there's also
Bristlebeard,
another guy running up on him.
What? Who?
The
the
brother.
Rain Lord.
He's trying
The
to get
elephant. He was right there.
Oh shit, you're right. That would make more sense.
Which
you're
I like
right.
better anyways, because we don't want you to die, which will cause you to die.
She's gonna wheel around Rob, and she's actually gonna step out of Rob's range to share with Lady Basil. Rob does not take an attack of opportunity against Munin.
Interesting.
He's focused on attacking you.
She's going to make an attack with advantage, now flanking against Ravan Sunstride. Yeah, 24 hits, for sure. All right. Regular damage first. 25 points of damage to Ravan Sunstride.
Ooh, cool.
Oh, hot damn.
25, you said?
Yeah, and I shit you not,
Kills him?
he had 25 hit points left.
Woohoo!
Before the poison even takes effect, Munin rushes forward. She's like about to just skewer Sir Rob right through the back abs. And she looks up at Hugin, who pleads with her not to. And she pulls herself away, rushes around to Ravan Sunstride, and just swipes across, slices his trunk off, and then shoves the blade up and through his neck. And the Rain Lord is dead.
Get drunk, scrub.
See, we fulfilled one thing.
Yay!
So that's really cool. And I remembered that I have the feat called Warcaster that gives me advantage on all of my con saves to maintain my concentration.
Oh, yeah.
So if it's okay, I'd like to re-roll that fail. I'd also need to re-roll with advantage the one that was cocked, just to see if that
Yes.
fails.
Yes. Do these one at a time.
Okay, so this is the re-roll of the fail.
Okay.
That's good. It's a 9 plus 4.
Excellent.
And then this is rolling with advantage for that one that was cocked.
Gotcha.
Good. Okay,
Okay.
so that spell stays up.
Yeah, the storm remains. The rain continues to pelt the battlefield and its combatants. That's going to end Munen's turn and not bring us to Ravan Sunstride, because he's dead. That brings us to Pockle.
I'm going to Hunter's Mark, Bristlebeard.
Hell yeah.
Oh,
Wow, really? There's not a Hunter's Mark?
There should be.
There should be.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, you know what? These are helpful, though. Yeah, we'll use...
The concentration ones.
Bristlebeard has...
Oh yeah, he's like knocked.
Yeah, that's right.
So
Yeah,
all attacks against him get advantage right now, right? Because of that thing that's on him.
No,
no,
he has...
disadvantage.
Yeah,
Oh, he
he-
has disadvantage.
on attacks, ability checks, and saving throws.
Beautiful.
I am going to, however, remind us that Elzor is concentrating,
Thank you.
and Hugin is concentrating. Pockle, it is your turn. You Hunter's Mark.
Yeah. Now we can throw 2 magic stones at him.
Go for it.
24.
Yeah, that hits.
So, D6 to hit, D6 for Hunter's Mark. Favored bow. Oh, and gathered sword.
Okay.
23 damage.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
Now I'm gonna hit him again. Oh yeah.
Hit him again.
I guess he gets pushed back, Bucky.
Yes, he does.
Sorry.
No, it's good.
Yeah, it is.
So does he still not take opportunity attacks even if it's like forced?
Correct. Specifically, if it's force movement, you don't take
Yeah.
any.
1, 2, 3.
No, he's going to use his reaction to use his Diamond Gem Soul shield.
Fine by me. That would have been not that much damage.
Should have used that the first time. Wasn't thinking about it.
And that's
on me.
action this turn. Hell yeah.
I like that it was like it hit him in the head. He's ow, and then a second one comes. He's like no.
So he has shield up until the start of his next turn, making his armor class.
Higher.
I'm gonna say that first
Well, I know
one.
that I hit him at 24.
You did hit him with a 24.
Okay.
So now it's 29. Or I forget what the shield increases at time.
We'll find out if anybody hits him.
Well, I'm not going to aim for his armor class.
Pockle, does that end your turn? You want to stay put?
Bonus action, I'll make some more magic stones.
Okay.
And I'll just stay here.
All right.
I'm good.
That's going to bring us to the Black Fang. Yeah. They're going to stay where they are and keep doing what they're doing. That's a hit and a crit for one of them. 12 points of damage to that Arctos Guard. First damage he's taken. And the crit, 12, 26 points.
Going to do actual sharpshooter attacks.
Oh.
Computery attacks? What?
Sharpshooters.
Well, you have to, like, I don't know if you'd be able to hit Bristlebeard with a sharpshooter attack.
I could
For sure.
That's a miss and a hit for the other guy for 14 points of damage to the other Arctos Guardsmen. That's going to end their turns and bring us to Hugin. Queen Hugin.
I need to get away from this.
Is your Bamf an action or a bonus
It's a
action?
bonus action.
Good, good.
And can I try to climb
Pretty
on
good.
top of the palanquin that's behind Liliana?
Yeah,
If I use my movements?
I think so.
It'd also take him a full turn. He wouldn't be able to reach you and attack you with how far you've gone.
Yeah, I mean, if you use any movement, he won't be able to catch you
No,
unless he
but-
uses an action
Unless he
dash.
dashes
But
over.
Like if
everybody
he's
else
involved.
can.
Unless I just go over by Ash, in which case they would have to get through a bunch of comrades to get to me.
That's what I would do if I were you.
Yeah, alright, so I'm gonna
Safety in numbers.
bamf and then run.
Okay, so 30 feet away from your original position.
Also, I'm pretty sure the rules of this game are if you're near Pockle, you'll just live.
I hope.
And
Got
then
human spells
just
too.
towards Ash?
Yeah, if I can get
Yeah.
around to the other side of her, that'd be perfect.
Uh-oh.
Easily. Oh, you do so?
I forgot about something.
And what do you see?
What'd you forget about?
The
Right where
thing that
she's
she
looking.
hasn't noticed the whole time.
Make another perception check.
Oh, yeah.
This time with disadvantage.
Oh boy.
You still want to roll high.
Great.
Oh, lowest is a 14.
I'm going to roll a d20 if I roll lower than a 14. I rolled a 3.
What on earth?
You notice
Oh, okay.
a couple of shambling bodies that look very familiar. For a moment, I think we see through Hugin's eyes, there's this glimmer of hope deep within you as you recognize two familiar silhouettes. And this is impossible. I can't. They couldn't still be alive. And then it sets in.
They ate.
Not only should they not be alive, they shouldn't be moving. And yet they are. And then you see them for what they really are, with the flesh sloughing off of the bones, dripping black bile from their mouths. You see your father and your brother. That's going to end Hugin's turn.
So I can't take an action?
Oh, yeah, you can. That would have happened at the end of your turn anyway.
Okay. So that was bonus action to do that, and then I want to use the short bow on the armadillo.
Okay.
Stupid high AC. I think I would have to get a nat 20 to hit him. We'll see. That's a 26.
With his shield, a 26 exactly hits.
Oh my god.
Holy Jesus.
Whew. Alright, well, time to
Do
see if I
it.
am. Okay.
Yeah, there are more problems on the field.
Zombies can be poisoned.
Probably not.
I don't think it's worth it.
That's 14 damage.
Excellent.
Bristle's at minus 137, I think, right now.
It was going to be so cool because you guys are going to be like, we'll never hit Bristlebeard with the poison because his AC is so high. So I figured you would probably pivot and use it on Ravan Sunstride.
No.
And I was going to have this real,
You silly goose.
I'm going to have this real shit-eating moment where you find out that he's got,
Resistance to poison.
he's immune to poison. Purity of body as a high-level monk.
Oh.
It's like you on purpose are like,
Yeah,
That's the whole
yeah,
point.
I am.
I don't like it.
But it doesn't matter now because he's dead.
I do like it.
Rad.
And
So,
like, arguably, the zombies might be poison resistant or something too. It's like, who do you fucking use it on? Yeah.
Black Fang or Bristle?
Yeah.
all right. So, Hugin, you let loose an arrow. It finds just the smallest crease in the diamond casing that has surrounded Bristlebeard. The arrow gets through and he takes the damage. Then you notice your father and brother and their undead bodies standing nearby. I'll let you decide how you're going to react to that on your next turn. That's going to bring us to King Ulrich. Shit, he's kind of in a bad spot now because if he advances on Bristlebeard, he's going to take 2 attacks of opportunity from those
He
other
just
fuckers.
needs one step. He would still be in there.
No, it's
was
definitely best if he does.
I thought it was 5.
Wait, did you hit him and push him back?
It was 5 feet.
I pushed him back 5 feet.
That's true. Okay.
So he's still in there.
He is unfortunately surrounded now, but
Well,
what are you going to do? He's already attacking recklessly. He doesn't really care.
yeah, grow up.
He's also in the way.
No, he's not.
He's in my way.
Why?
Because I said. It's all right. He's not in he's not in the way totally. He's just a little in the way.
All right. First attack with advantage on Bristlebeard is definitely going to hit.
Yes.
Second attack, significantly less, but that's dirty 20. That one misses.
Can I hit this guy?
That is a 9.
Bristle?
Yeah. I think I need an 18.
If you're flanking, then I mean
Yeah.
you'll have advantage. Figure advantage is basically statistically about a +5 to your attack.
Oh, it's a new turn, so he's going to also bonus action make one more reckless attack because he's in a frenzied rage.
Nice.
29
He hit. Did he hit already once?
for 17
Already?
points of damage.
Yeah, he did hit the first time.
At the end of Ulrich Ironhide's turn, Bristlebeard is going to use one of his legendary actions to make an attack against King Ulrich. He does not have advantage. Oh, he does, because he's been attacking recklessly. Yeah, 17 plus 9 hits. That's going to be 25 points of bludgeoning damage, halved to 12. And Ulrich needs to make a strength saving throw.
Oh boy.
Dirty 20, which succeeds. He is not thrown 30 feet back. You see as his little claws coming out from his boots dig into the ground, and he is not pushed backwards as he takes that strike. That's going to end King Ulrich's turn and bring us to Elzor.
Me?
Yeah.
Little me? So I'll wheel around to where I cast a lightning bolt, hit this dude and Bristle
Okay.
with
yeah.
it.
Easily enough. Boom, and that doesn't hit Ulrich,
Good.
which is good news.
So they need to make a deck. Oh, and this is a level 4 lightning bolt.
Okay. Dexterity saving throws from. I'll go Bristlebeard first.
He has disadvantage.
Oh, right. That was a 6 before I hit it again, which is the lower of the two. For a total of 3.
That's not a save.
Interesting
dex
that.
save?
Yeah.
So he has -3 dex save.
Bristle's going to use his last legendary resistance to succeed.
Perfect.
Did I take no damage?
No, he's still going to
Take
take
half
half.
Half damage. So then the other guy, that's one of the undead, right?
Yeah.
Lupin.
He rolled pretty well. 17.
17 saves.
Okay.
But he's still going to take half damage.
All right, they both
And-
succeed.
And they're both going to be knocked 10 feet away from each other. Or 10 feet in the direction of the lightning bolt.
Okay.
All right, I'm going to trouble y'all for some D6s, please. If you want to send your kids to camp. Where did... Oh, I sent one
Got-
over to you
yeah.
already. How many?
One.
I need one more, please.
Got you. Oh, yeah.
We're
Collect
sorry,
one
so-
from everyone.
Send
I think
your kids
that's
to
right.
Camp.
96.
So, what?
Mm-hmm. 4th level.
Okay. It's gonna vaporize.
So 34 if they didn't
17.
save, and 17 if they do save.
They both succeeded, so 17 lightning damage to each of them. They get pushed 10 feet. Excellent. That is your action.
Yes. I figure wheeling around to that spot was like 10 feet of movement
Yeah.
or so. I'm going to move through Ash's space and get on the other side of her over there. So that I'm...
All the cool
Yes,
here
me
here
too.
over here.
As the two concentrators hide behind Ash.
We're gonna get blasted with flame here in a
Technically, I'm
second.
concentrating too.
Oh, you are.
We have a marker for that.
On Hunter's Mark. Here we go. There you are, Pockle. You're even hiding from me, the DM.
Yeah.
All right. Does that end your turn, Elzor?
Yes.
All right. That brings us to Dame Liliana.
Okay, I get
All right.
Feel yourself.
I can't. No, that's a terrible use of my action.
You use half your movement.
Yeah, that's fine.
Which
My
is a-
movement is 60 feet, so.
Yeah. So you still have 30 feet left. The
I'll-
bummer about being hasted is it still takes
I'm
half of it.
Yeah.
I guess I'll follow Bristlebeard, swang on him.
All right. Swing on him.
He might be close if he used his last legendary save against that lightning bolt.
That's what I'm hoping for. Okay, first attack, I'm gonna give myself advantage with my gem soul.
Hell yeah. There's a flash of emerald light.
Can't your dim soul heal?
Shit.
It can be used to cast cure wounds.
I mean, that's
But it still
pretty
takes an
good,
action.
Right? 13?
It's not gonna do it though. His armor class is 26.
What's your total bonus?
8.
Oh. Wow.
Yeah, no.
Okay. Second attack.
Yep, I'll do it again.
Okay. That's 2 of your 3 uses of the gem soul before
3.
things start happening if you use it.
Maybe.
That's a nat 20.
Fuck yes.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Oh shit.
Shit.
Ooh,
That's.
that's gonna get
got
sneak
spiked.
attack because.
Oh, I know. I built this ridiculous character.
I know you did.
I am filled
Okay.
with regret.
You have advantage on
There's
it?
2d6. Yeah, I gave myself advantage
Her
with
gem
my
soul.
That's right.
It
Gem soul.
bolsters her strength.
Okay.
Shit.
1d6.
Would have been so
Travelers.
useless if I tried to attune to that. It's like
Okay.
I can heal myself.
I'm gonna give that a
And
Doesn't
cast-
do anything.
and
I
cast
get
Entangle.
stronger. I don't need that for anything.
Entangle was really good during the melee.
It messed me up
second
for
level
sure.
divine smite.
Yeah, but I don't play.
God.
And then I'm gonna go ahead and give that a first level. So sorry.
Just so that I know. Yeah.
What?
As a reaction, you can send a surge of energy. Oh,
What?
Or-
I'm gonna give you an option here. To use the surge of strength takes a reaction.
I didn't use a surge of strength. I did use my reaction. I don't have.
Right, you did it twice.
Shit.
But here's what I'll say. I will allow you to keep the crit if you accept a single backlash from your gem soul.
Yeah.
Okay.
Fuck it.
Which is what?
I don't.
So,
I don't remember.
Whatever. Doesn't-
before you roll all of this crazy damage,
I'm still gathering it.
okay, roll 1d12.
6.
Your max HP is reduced by 6. And your strength and constitution ability scores are reduced by 2 each.
Is that until like a long rest or something?
I think that's forever.
No, that's only diamonds. After a long rest, you regain half of your reduced HP and ability scores, rounded down, after a long rest. So once you rest, you'll get 1 point back to each, and 3 to your max.
Oh, that's fine then. Okay. So sneak attack.
Do
what?
make a note of how that changes your strength and con modifiers. They should each go down by 1.
+1. There we go.
The benefits to pen and paper versus D&D Beyond.
Okay.
That's initially what I was checking to see if it was a bonus action to do that. It is a reaction.
I forgot.
No worries. I like this. Okay, so you've got 4d6 and how many d8s?
3.
Okay, so you're adding 48 plus your modifier to this roll.
+38 +8 +48.
For a total of 94 damage. Holy shit.
He's still
If
knocking
he
around.
hadn't used his reaction for shield earlier, this
Or
would have
measly
been,
17 points.
this would have been a different story. How does Dame Liliana kill Bristlebeard?
I'd like to cut that head right on off.
Hell yeah. Bristle stands there hunched with this strange gemstone still clutched in one hand, in a fist, I should say, as he's been throwing punches left and right. As Liliana emerges from the palanquin, dropping bits and planks of wood that are loose now, probably pulling one out from your arm.
Yeah.
And you look up and you see Bristle defending King Ulrich Ironhide's strikes. He is distracted. You see as he is kind of like breathing in and rearing back to shoot another gout of flame. And just as he extends his head forward to release it, you rush up from the side and just kind of like sideswipe upwards, remove the armadillo's head, which thuds to the ground with a dull thunk, and his body falls limp shortly after. You feel a surge of energy in that moment, followed immediately by a gut-churning illness. You feel absolutely sick. You probably vomit a little bit on the ground, but you've still got some strength left in you. That's your 2 attacks, and movement, and your bonus action.
Got one more attack.
Oh, you do have one more attack.
I'm just gonna go ahead and chase after that salamander.
Okay.
Get on the foot.
Probably got enough
That's a
movement.
full 30 feet, yeah.
I only moved like 5 feet to get.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
I do love that you got your ass not back into that. You got up and you're like, all right, motherfucker.
Cutting through all other sound on the field, you hear Ash in the distance cheering.
Yeah, I'm just gonna stab him. I'm just gonna stab right through. It's kind of like I'm following momentum, just boop.
Hell yeah. Go ahead and make an attack with advantage because you're flanking with the
Oh,
Guardsman of Arctos.
20, dirty.
Dirty 20 hits.
This is good because I've used everything. I'm out of stuff. Like, that was the last.
I know that feeling.
14 points of damage.
Excellent.
Is Rob back to normal? Can I see? There's a red glow.
On your turn, you can check, yeah.
How much damage? Thank
14.
What he does on this turn.
Ending Liliana, that brings us to Ash. She's just going to rush up to here.
So the undead are still up.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, reckless attack.
Are they still in heavy armor?
The undead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just from looking at them.
They wouldn't have been. They died at the wedding.
I mean, they could have put.
They've been armored. Yeah.
That's
They had access to the armory at Howlheart Keep.
That's
So
not very cool. Then.
Not very cash money.
first attack, 25,
Nice.
which hits. Second attack is less than that, only a 16, which does not hit. She's using 2 hands and raging for 16 points of damage.
Beautiful.
That was against Lupin, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's enough to take him down.
Beautiful.
She doesn't have time to take in what's going on. She doesn't spare a glance for Hugin. She rushes forward and cuts down King Lupin's animated body. That's her full turn, 2 attacks. She was there. Oh, great. Just gonna pop around there,
Yeet him.
flank that guy, and action surge.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
Is she a fighter barbarian?
Mm-hmm.
Woof.
2 more attacks with advantage. Natural 17 is going to hit. Natural 17 again is going to hit. From raging, 27 points of damage. That's going to end Ash's turn. That brings us to Sarab, who takes the amethyst gem sword, swings it around. There's this sort of ringing vibration. To here. And then he's going to rush up to Hugin. And he's going to make 2 attacks.
You better not.
17 for the first one.
Which hits?
Okay, and only a 11 for the second.
Which wouldn't is.
Am I still in
on?
60 feet?
That's a good question. Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you
Wow.
never left 60 feet. Also, I need you to make a Constitution saving throw. You take 13 points of slashing damage.
Is that halved?
Yes, and you both take that. So-
13 is the half?
no, 6. Sorry, 6 points. 13 halved to 6.
Okay.
And then a Constitution saving throw.
That's a 13. Wait. Saving throws +1.
Plus 1?
So 14.
14.
14 fails. 12 have to 6 points of radiant damage. And you are teleported that direction. Actually, no. You're teleported that direction, towards Skill.
Rude.
Are those. How does this work for concentration? So 2 concentration rolls.
That was technically one
1
attack.
attacks, which would be
12.
12.
So,
BC 12.
So 10.
DC 12. DC 10, yes.
because it's half.
Yeah, half
or
would be
10.
6. So
Okay,
DC 10
okay.
concentration check. Oh,
That's an 18.
okay, that's Sarab's turn. That's going to bring us not to Bristle. R.I.P. bitch. That brings us to the Guardsmen of House Arctos. They're going to keep going toe to toe with these guys.
Lay down your arms. Armadillo's dead.
This guy is a miss and a crit. 29 points of damage from the crit. And the other guy, 2 attacks. Same thing twice. 14 and a 14. Neither of them hit. They're going to stay put there. That's the guards of House Arctos. That's going to be Lady Basil, who is beaming at this point. You can see just furrowed brows, wide smile, and also tears. 5d8 is not very much, but she's gonna try because she doesn't know any better. She pulls out a small flute and begins playing a little tune.
Oh, that's right.
Wow. I almost couldn't roll shittier than that. 5d8. 6, 2, 1, 1, 1. Which puts no one to sleep. She was attempting to sedate Sarab so that he would pass out. But I mean, I didn't want to metagame because she doesn't know how many hit points he has, but there was no fucking way that I was going to knock him out anyway. But it was worth a shot, I guess. Basil's going to hold her ground. That brings us to Brass Bandalar, who, just for good measure, stomps on the skull of his traitorous brother.
Is that just part of it?
Could he just like maybe sit
It's a free action.
on
Object interaction.
Rob?
He's going to loop around to here because he knows how much of a pain in the ass these guards are. I'm going to call that flanking with King Ulrich and make 2 attacks with his Onyx Greatsword with advantage. First one. It's not great. 16. Misses. 24 for the second one. Hits.
More worried about skill.
I'm wondering who's animating those undead.
Yeah.
If not Bristlebeard.
All right, that's 13 points of damage to the salamander. And he needs to make a con save. 23 succeeds. He takes no damage. That's going to end Brass Bandalar's turn and bring us to the undead. The remaining undead, I should say.
Shit.
And he's still up.
This one? Yeah.
Mhm.
He's going to rush at you, Hugin. As you
Oh,
see
boy.
your brother, Skill Beetlebane, rushing towards you.
I think that there was like a moment of shock when I realized what was going on with Lupin and Skill, and then Rob runs up, attacks me. I'm teleported and completely discombobulated as suddenly Skill's right on me.
Okay, I'm going to ask you, do you think that discombobulation would give him advantage on any of these rolls? I wouldn't say all of them, but at least the first one.
Yeah.
Okay. First attack, 19 to hit.
Yeah.
Takes 7 points of slashing damage and 10 points of necrotic damage as one hit. So
17 have to 8.
yes. All right, so you both take 8. You need to make another concentration check on haste. DC 10.
He has another attack though, right?
Yes. Technically 2 more.
I'm gonna say
Hold it.
Go ahead and make that con check. Con save, I should say.
DC what?
10. It's just 8 damage. You get
Oh,
plus 1.
10 exactly.
Yeah, you get +1 from the warding bond
Lord.
and just succeed.
Fucking hell.
Here comes the second attack, no more advantage. That hit kind of brings you out of it. You realize this is not your brother, even though it's wearing his face. This is a monster from somewhere else. Second attack, I think, is even higher. That's a 22. I will say the next attack that's coming is a saving throw, not an attack roll. That's something that you're weighing.
Yeah, I'll use the uncanny dodge on this one then.
Okay, so this will be double halved. 11 halved to 5, halved to 2. Rad. And then I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Is this the bile crap again?
Yeah.
It's a 13?
13 fails as Skill's undead mouth hinges open and spews forth a putrescent sludge. You take 15 points of radiant damage, halved to 7. And you are blinded until the start of its next turn.
Of its next turn?
That's no good.
I'm blinded, but it's what again?
Blinded. A blinded creature can't see and automatically fails any ability check that requires sight. Attack rolls against the creature have advantage, and the creature's attack rolls have disadvantage. so many rings in this fight. That is all that it can do. It's going to end its turn. The servants continue to flee, but kind of start freaking out because they realize that if they keep going that way, they're running into raining arrows from behind. So they're going to kind of just peel to the side and try and run to the edge of this combat zone. But who cares about them?
Like, some archers probably just like,
Someday we'll come back and we'll do another campaign in this world, and you guys can play as these 4 palanquin holders, and their adventure starts here. Okay, that's going to bring us back to the top of the round. I need one of you to roll a d20. I'm going to set the DC for our skill check. The difficulty for this one, all over the place, 13 again. Who would like to roll this time?
Anybody been rolling good?
Me?
yeah, just do it.
I'll do it.
Feel like it's been a minute since you've done
A skill check.
a tray of fate.
All right. Big money, no whammy. What's
That's a 10.
Do
So
I
is
get
that
to?
one or 2 fails? Did you fail the first one?
That's
No,
just
she
one.
succeeded.
That's one.
The first one, yeah.
1 success and 1 failure.
Perfect.
So 2 more failures to retreat, 1 more success to victory. Top of the round, Munin.
I need mommy to start killing.
She just did.
More.
I sure do love killing.
Munin is going to do whatever it takes. She's going to go action, or not action, she's going to go full movement. She's technically sharing with Basil. She's going to go full movement, bonus action, dash to flank with Hugin. Make an attack with advantage against Undead Skill. Nice. 28. 5 for sneak attack, d8 for the rapier. 27 plus 32 points of damage, which it's immune to poison, but it doesn't matter because that is enough to take out its remaining 31 hit points. And in this disgusting yet slightly poetic moment, as your undead brother's body is bearing down on you and has nothing in its dull husks of eyes, just swinging sword swing after sword swing, the tip of a rapier appears from its center, and you see as the black sludge kind of drips away and the body itself just kind of crumbles, and standing behind him is your mother, Munin, as she...
See?
Am I able to like wipe inside of my eyes
you're
as he
blind.
dies, or like?
That's true.
You feel it. You feel all of this.
You know what? I'm going to say because he doesn't get another turn, it drops then.
Okay.
So that's what you were experiencing. You just wipe it away in time to see that Skjol's body has crumpled and Munin stands over it. And she'll take a free action to just kind of reach out and be like, "Are you all right?"
No, it was disgusting.
And in this moment, as like arrows are flying overhead, there's the sound of distant battle now all around you as armies clash. She kind of like pats you and she's like, "Get it together, dear. Nearly at the finish line."
All right.
And that is going to be Munin's turn. That's going to bring us to Pockle.
Nothing I can do about Rob. Fucking sucks. Even if I ensnare him and something he teleports out, there's like literally nothing I can do about that.
Cut his other hand off.
So,
Just non-fatal.
Pockle, make a perception check
okay.
as a free action.
21.
21. You've got a vantage point standing at the far back of the battlefield against the wall. You can kind of see Rob over here going, he's wheeled around and is about to go after Hugin again. As you look up, he's like facing you and you see that sort of like flashing of red behind his eyes. And then something out of the corner of your eye catches your attention as you look over and you see next to the body of Bristlebeards, just gingerly resting in his dead claw, is a little gem that's also pulsing at the same frequency.
Okay. I'm gonna call out to everyone. We need to destroy it. We need to destroy that gem.
You call out and you like point over. All of your attention is brought to the little flashing red and black gemstone that, kind of getting a better view of it now, all of you can see that it seems to be made of the same material as the pommels of the gem swords, but it is a different construction, and there seems to be like a seam in the center of this little sphere.
You know what?
No.
Oh, yeah.
What?
I'm gonna cast Zephyr Strike.
Ooh.
And I'm gonna run between everybody up to it, and
Oh shit.
Beautiful.
Yeah. I think that just works.
yeah.
What
I
is
get
it? What does
around.
that make your movement speed?
Oh, does it not make my? Can I get there in 35 feet?
I think so.
I don't know. I mean,
If
you
you
can
can-
move through allies' spaces, but 35 feet is just here. From Pockle, you can get to Ulrich.
What is Zephyr Strike? Is that a bonus action or is that full action?
It's a bonus action.
Can't you hit it with a
Dash.
ranged attack?
I could dash, but then I can't attack it.
Oh, is the Zephyr Strike not an attack? The name Strike implies there's an
It gives
attack.
you extra force damage when you hit something on your next attack. Oh, and your walking speed is increased by 30 feet until the end of the turn. I don't know why it says that the last line.
Oh, that's how all spells are.
The good bits at the end.
I wrote all of
Yeah.
mine by
Yeah.
hand
Yeah,
recently,
this works.
and they're all badly
and
written.
since I already cast Shillelagh,
Yeah, this is all kosher. So yeah, once before the spell ends, you give yourself advantage on one weapon attack on your turn. It does specify that it has to be against a creature. The attack deals an extra 1d8 force damage on a hit. Whether you hit or miss, your walking speed increases by 30 feet until the end of that turn. So
roll with advantage.
yeah, as Pockle literally probably brings a tear to Elzor's eye as he literally moves like the wind. Just
Do.
He's so spread right now.
I think he's got to waddle like a possum, so his little butt's like.
I love to
back
think
and forth.
he's doing the the Yubaba glide from Spirited Away, which is just like across the ground. Just like tassels blowing in the wind behind you.
Whew. Not good rolls, but it's +9 to hit.
Damn.
16.
16 will definitely hit. So I will tell you right now, there is a 10-point damage threshold. You have to do at least 10 points of damage to do any damage. However, that 10 is included in the damage. So like if you do 10 damage, it takes 10 damage, but you have to do at least 10 to be able to harm this thing.
Okay.
So anything you
I'm
can
going
stack and
to
add.
Gather Sworn. So I get 2 d8s of d6 and +5.
All right, it is well within the realm of possibility.
That's 10.
10, 15 damage.
Pockle, as you reach out to the spirits of the wild around you, you feel them almost lift you off the ground, urging you forward. You rush forward, and you swear you hear, just behind your ear, a familiar voice that you haven't heard in a long time that just says, "Damn right, son. You know I wouldn't use that shit like that." And with presumably the spirit of your father urging you on, your strike is guided and just you shatter the red stone. Rob blinks across the field. The red light dims, and he's brought back to his senses. That's your first attack.
First attack. I'm going to turn and attack the salamander and make him my favorite kill.
Thank you.
Okay. Go ahead and make your tackle.
20.
20 hits.
15 damage.
Nice.
Oh, and it should knock him 5 feet away.
We'll say you can turn that on and off if you would like to.
Or he just got jostled around.
Excellent. Ending Pockle's turn brings us to the Black Fang.
Oh,
I'm going to make an insight check for the salamander. Could I have
Or surrender.
Liliana, Pockle, and Brass make deception checks? The difficulty is 12.
16.
16. Okay.
9.
9. All right. Oh, and Brass.
Perception?
Deception.
Deception.
Okay.
15 for for brass. Liliana, as the only one who rolled below the DC, he kind of is looking at this crowd swarming around him,
He falls in love.
and he's looking for who seems the most injured to see if he can take anybody out before he goes down.
Oh,
And he's
so hurt.
and he
Like awesome.
sees that Liliana, you're still looking kind of sick from your backlash, and he's going to go for you.
Can she not get the help action from?
He may not be able to
Purple?
hit me.
That first attack is a 14.
No.
Oh my god. Second attack, 17.
Nope.
Can't even hit you. He's like swinging out the the guards of House Arctos. Even when he's not attacking them, they're like flipping their spears around and trying to just knock his sword so that it will not go where he wants it to go. That coupled with your own armor and dexterous movement, he is not able to get a strike off on you. The other guy is going to risk 2 opportunity attacks.
Not 3.
Oh, it would be 3 because homie's here. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he'll risk it.
No.
All right.
Son of.
So, Ulrich's attack of opportunity. Not great, but he is, thankfully. So, 28 is going to hit.
Which helps to you then.
How much?
My brain stopped.
Are you serious?
What?
Oh, I missed something.
Oh, Liliana has a single hit point right now.
Oh no. Oh no.
Ulrich hits. I'm going to do these one at a time.
Drop the ward.
I can't stop myself.
Look, I'm never going to drop this. I'm never going to heal this.
I've got other shit to do.
15 points of damage from Ulrich. Still up from the House Arctos guard. That is a 19, which hits. 9 points of damage from that one. And finally, Ash.
Come on.
Can you make opportunity attacks recklessly?
I don't see why not.
Yeah.
I think I will. 15 doesn't hit. I roll a 7 and a 1.
Shit.
He's still standing. He's going to rush over and make his 2 attacks on Hugin.
Surrender and live.
The first one is going to be...
Did the guard get an opportunity attack too?
Yeah, the guard hit, Ulrich hit, Ash missed.
Okay.
What about Sir Rob, who is overcome with love and therefore extra speed to punch this guy's head off?
Does a 22 hit?
Yeah.
What about an 11?
No.
Okay, so 1 hit,
He does 2 damage.
11 points of damage, halved to 5.
I'm down.
Liliana
Sorry.
Listen.
falls unconscious.
Yeah, you do lose warding bond. I can't help you anymore.
Luckily, he already missed with his second attack, so he does not hit you again. That's going to end his turn, which brings us... Where am I? Black Fang to Hugin.
How's he looking?
Desperate. I will say, make an insight check. I will roll deception. The DC is...
Oh, it's a 29.
Oh.
The DC is.
He rolled a dirty 20, but you can tell both him and his other companion, like, they're clearly fighting a losing battle right now, but neither of them looks like they're going to go down in a single strike. They look like, at this point, the fact that he rushed at you and risked taking 3 hits is because you get the sense that they're entering cornered animal mode. They know that they're fighting a losing battle. They're going to try and take out as many of you as they can in order of importance. You've killed their High King, but they are still chomping at the bit to kill your High Queen.
These guys suck.
They do.
Bonus action, poison the rapier, Lance's +1 to stab this person.
Fuck yeah. Make your attack roll.
That is a 23 to hit.
23 hits.
Yeah.
No need to roll damage. You see this guy rushing forward with murderous intent behind his eyes. This panther, which you notice as he gets closer, there's actually this sort of like dusty brown coloring around the eyes where the dark makeup couldn't quite reach. You get the sense that this is not a panther, but a puma. But it doesn't matter as you stab in. A gout of blood down upon you again as
Why
instantly...
does this keep happening?
Because this is actually a Nickelodeon program.
Ooh, slime.
Instantly killed. Had 55 remaining hit points, by the way.
Oof.
I don't think there was any way he was surviving every die on this table.
So just one guy
There's
left?
got to be more than 55 dice out.
Yeah, for
I
sure.
think I have more than 55 die right in front of me. Rad.
I think that with my movement, there's just the one guy that's still alive, right? The salamander. I think I'm just gonna go over to Rob and like grab his face and like look him in the eye, make sure he's okay.
Yeah, you rush over, and the whole time he's just like, "I'm so sorry. I didn't. I didn't."
I know, it's okay.
Yeah, we'll get to Rob on his turn. That's going to bring us to King Ulrich. King Ulrich Ironhide is going to turn to this homie. He turns, sees this guy like trying to swing and just being parried. He just kind of like holds his arms out and he's like, "Look at yourself. Look at your position. You are surrounded. Surrender and you might live. Tell your armies to stand down for the new High Queen." And he points over at Hugin. I'm going to make a persuasion check with advantage because he's surrounded and the only guy left over here.
Or is he any better at intimidation? Because
I'm going to say this is dropping his rage to use diplomacy. So that goes away. Let's see what's better. Let's see. I said persuasion. They're the same. He gets +8 to both. I'm going to roll for him first, and then I'll roll for insight on the other guy.
sure.
25.
Ooh.
He needs to roll higher than a 25 to continue fighting. That is only 12. He throws his sword down and like places his paws in the air. Actually, here outside of Howlheart Keep, respecting the traditions of the land on which he fights, he throws his sword down, takes out a small dagger and cuts the leather straps on either side of his breastplate and reveals his belly and sort of lays down on the ground.
Ulrich reaches down.
Gives him little scritches. Now, one more point of order. There's still a battle raging on around you.
But the thing is, I need to heal Liliana real quick before we get to where she's dying.
Yeah, your turn would have been up next.
Yeah, so I just want to throw a healing word at her. Get her back
Absolutely.
on her feet.
Yeah, go ahead and roll for that. I think at this point, anyone else would probably use their turn to come and also surround this guy, if not to start getting the gates open to head in. So, Liliana, you are brought back up. You see that the final combatant of your skirmish is surrendered and is currently being tied up and hoisted over the shoulder by King Ulrich. Actually, King Ulrich's going to hand him off to his Arctos guardsmen and send them towards the armies. He'll also pick up Bristlebeard's head and hand it to them. And he sends them off. I'm going to allow this last roll, potentially, the final success that you need, to be rolled with advantage because you have cut off the heads of the snakes. I will still set the DC with a roll of my own.
It's a natural 20.
I will lose my whole mind. I'll start biting him.
That is an 11.
Okay.
Who would like to roll the final advantage roll?
Roll it.
Our queen.
So 10 and a 13.
13. You watch as the two guardsmen of House Arctos ride out away from their king. They take their spears and stick the armadillo's head atop one, and they ride along the front lines of the battle. Calling out, you hear cheers, you hear the clatter of weapons falling to the ground. you see a much smaller army than the one that was actually gathered here at your fortress surrender as they begin to be taken in chains. What do all of you do as this is happening?
I'm gonna roll over on my belly. I'm just gonna stay like that for a minute, and I'm just kind of repeating, "We killed the armadillo. I did kill the armadillo."
Fuck yeah, you did. Ash punches you in the arm.
I just
No.
slowly scoop myself up. I'm just kind of sitting in mud and blood.
I pass out.
Heal yourself, right?
I pass out
Play on
healing
him.
potions, and I have 2 healing potions, and I have spell slots to heal with. So I'll go
Nice.
around and help out whoever amongst us needed it.
Well, it would seem, for now at least, the worst is past us. May I be the first, once again, to swear fealty to High Queen Hugin Steelbeak of House Luperel. And Ulrich Ironhide kneels to the High Queen. Does anyone else join in?
Oh, yes.
Lady
I
Basil does as well.
also pull Ash down, who's probably not paying attention.
I mean, I'll bow in whatever is respectful for someone who's not part of this country.
Yeah, you see Brass is kind of in just tired dad stance. Just really belly forward, hands on the hips, kind of looking down over Ravan's body. And he takes a moment and seems to say a quiet prayer to Polivania under his breath before swiping up the bejeweled trunk of his brother.
Ooh.
And just kind of wrapping it around his neck.
Good lord.
Pretty ghoulish.
Do whatever you want.
Before stepping over. And the new Rainbringer of Dunborough.
Congratulations.
Like, take out a flask and kind of.
I would like to, of course, I have not been back to my country yet to claim my rightful place, but as it is my birthright, and I have many remaining allies there, I do not imagine it will be too much of a fight. That being said, I would like to unofficially pledge partnership to the Nettlewood Grove. May our 2 kingdoms work hand in hand for the betterment of all of our people, and to free those who are imprisoned against their own wills. And he doesn't do a full bow, but he does kind of get down on one knee and nod his head at you.
Hugin nods back and reaches out a hand to shake on it.
Yeah, he does so. Giant hand over a bird wing.
A little bird wing.
He kind of just uses a couple of fingers.
I hope that the Temple of Zephyria can consider both Duneborough and the Nettlewood Grove to be friendly now, given what we've all accomplished together here.
Well, I should think that we will have hopefully a very trustworthy messenger to relay what it is that went down here this day.
Oh, I mean, it will all obviously be honestly conveyed and disseminated.
Hugin cocks an eyebrow.
Promise.
Sarab steps over and kneels and bows. He's like, "My queen, it would be my honor to serve you till the day of my last breath." And then he stands up and he kisses you.
Woo! Jock sisters in the back. Woo! Woo!
Yeah! So, I'm going to ask all of you, in the coming days, as the dust from the battle clears, Hugin, as it comes to light, all of Bristlebeard's atrocities that he has committed, and there's ample evidence within Castle Oakreach that are used to very easily prove to not only the public but also the nobility of the Four Kingdoms that he was in the wrong and probably skirting around the whole Gilded Fang situation.
I mean, nobody needs to know all the details.
Exactly. Eventually, Hugin is crowned as the High Queen of the Nettlewood Grove, should she so choose.
She accepts.
All right. Who do you appoint as the new ruler of Howlheart Keep in the south? Or do you move the capital to Howlheart from Oakreach? I guess what I'm saying is, currently, there are only 3 kingdoms, because there is no king or queen of Timberhaven actively.
I think I'm gonna look to Munin and say, you've been a voice of reason through all of this madness, and time again, you have shown yourself to be a more capable leader than I. I need you on my Council of 5, and I need to know that the Looperl name and kingdom can remain intact as best it can after everything.
I will do everything in my power to see it so. And with another raven on the throne, I should say, of Timberhaven, what do the rest of you get up to in the weeks following, as we enter our epilogue stage of at least this portion of the story? Where do you find yourselves?
I'll report back everything that happened. And see if there's any, I don't know, further instructions that they send back to me. I'm pretty far away. I don't have to send a bee, I can actually send a sending to...
Yeah.
I don't know, should I send it to my direct boss or like the guy who actually runs the whole temple? I guess would be the question.
Another question, do you send it to either of them? Or
I'm trying to remember who, like if did that one guy say I needed to tell him specifically what all was happening?
That's an option. If you wanted, you could also go above both of them. You are familiar with the Grand Alder.
Yeah.
You could message directly to the top of the church if you wanted.
It would be good for them to know what's happening as soon as possible. So I'll do multiple sendings. Like, you know, I don't have to limit myself to one a day.
Yeah.
So I'll send sending to the guy who is directly above me, the guy who is in charge of the temple, and to the Grand Alder.
All right. So
Like
yeah,
all
got
the
Samwise,
details condensed.
Brother Samwise, Alder Peckwind, and the Grand Alder of the Church of Zephyria. Yes, you send off the news. You don't get a response from the Grand Alder. Dres Peckwind and Samwise both congratulate you on a hard-fought battle and spreading the word of Zephyria to pagans of the south.
I'll ask them if they want me to continue here or if I should like move on to start spreading it to the people of like the Riverlands who have like a whole different pagan religion.
Yeah, at this point you're having like an in-person conversation. We'll say you've returned to the temple of Zephyria in Arborheart and are speaking with Alder Dres Peckwind. He thinks about it for a moment. Yes, I should think your place is beside the High Queen for as long as she will have you.
Fair.
If we can... This is unprecedented, the first time that one of the birdfolk has sat at the highest throne in the Nettlewood Grove. If we could show her Zephyria's light, let Zephyria's winds lift her, let her see that she has been lifted to this position by Zephyria, it would be the best we could do.
Perhaps some resources could be allocated to set up, if not a chapel, a church in the capital as well. We're a bit far here from the events of like, you know, what would be happening there. So.
Make a persuasion check with advantage.
Dirty 20.
I've been rough on you in the past, Elzor. I've sent you on many pilgrimages to much danger. And yet you have always merely grinned and bore it. I can see no better characteristics than one who should be running such a temple. And he stands and grabs a couple of bejeweled bones that he kind of like lifts up into the air that linger there as the wind carries them and just kind of slowly drifts them around you as he says, "By Zephyria's power and my command, I name thee Alder Elzor."
This is a great honor. Thank you.
Yes.
I will, of course, continue to serve Zephyria's will, as always.
Nods to you, and in the coming weeks and months, Elzor probably reaches out to Hugin, I would imagine, to see if it's chill if you set up a temple in the
Obviously,
capital.
I get permission before I start any sort of construction. What are you doing over there? Nothing.
Does Hugin allow this and back it?
Hugin thinks about it for a second and thinks, well, I think that would be a great idea. And then I think that we should also have a temple for Pluvania. And is Parkle still around? There's the Council of Five for the Nettlewood Grove, but now that we have established ties with Duneborough, I would like to keep up some kind of relations with the North and also the Lamella Riverlands. Would you two be willing to represent them in sort of council so that you may have a voice within our politics? I would hope that you would set up your own grove here in the capital as well for any of your rituals that you see fit.
Can you give me a couple days to think it over?
Of course.
I'm, of course, at your disposal.
Excellent.
Yes, as you begin setting up embassies for these neighboring lands within the Nettlewood Grove so that they might also voice their concerns. Sort of an outreach in an attempt to, without conquering, unite the continent in a way. At least have a working relationship with your neighbors instead of constantly squabbling over borders. There will always be those who disagree, but for now, they seem open. What about you, Parkle? What do you do in the days that you take to think over this position you've been offered?
Going to go into that garden and start cleaning it up and kind of, tear away the vines that are getting too overgrown, plant some flowers and whatnot, introduce some non-harmful bugs that might pollinate the flowers and whatnot. And then I think I'll continue to kind of try to talk with nature, being pulled in a few different directions. Because on one thing, I check the name off of who I want to kill, but on the other, there's still two more guys out there. And so I'm waiting to see if I feel better. Waiting to see if the beast is still raiding and causing havoc.
As long as a noble class exists, so too does the beast.
And just kind of looking to nature to see if I have any guidance on whether I should actually start living my life and take up what she said, or if I still have that bloodthirst.
Yeah. Where do you think Parkle lands?
I think he's gonna try and take her up on the offer.
Okay. Maybe it's yet to be seen.
Yeah, I think that's
how
kind of
Parkle
it.
feels. Excellent. Under the reign of High Queen Hugin Steelbeak of House Luperel, the borders to the Bleachwood Holt are reopened as House Kane swears their fealty to the rightful crown. Trade booms. House Caniculus has just been sitting on troves of goods that haven't been crossing over the borders as a number of House Caniculus resides within the Bleachwood Holt, and that begins to flood the land, and there is an era of prosperity, and the economy thrives under Hugin. Munin is a good queen. Eventually, when it when she feels that your relationship has met a space that this would no longer be worrying or offensive to you, she reveals that she was not a barmaid. She was working in a brothel when she hooked up with King Lupin. But everything else that she said was true.
I thought you were going to be like, she's not actually even your mom.
She's just a crazy lady.
No.
She is your real biological mother, but she did not meet and fall in love with King Lupin. She was working in a brothel. He had a moment of weakness and paid for her services. She became with child, and when she went to him about it, that was when he basically paid her off to leave and raised you as if you were found on the side of the road from that point. It's not a fun conversation to have. She tries to make light of it at first, but I don't think it... Actually, I'm going to ask you how that affects Hugin, if it does in any way.
I think that there is this like shock of fear, but in recognizing that she has been a good queen, that it doesn't really make a difference where she came from, and as long as she's doing right by our people, then it was the right choice and I'll stick by it.
Yeah, and she does. She leads to the best of her ability, which is better than you would anticipate. As someone who came from a brothel, she was telling the truth when she mentioned that she does everything that she can to keep up with the politics of what's going on around her. It's actually more important for her, after her run-in with King Lupin, to know who her clients were and of what import they were before she finally got out of that world. She rules well, and I think there's a moment that there's a trust there. She's telling you something that could be detrimental to her in the eyes of the people, because she trusts that you will keep up with it. What about Dame Liliana?
Kind of in the days immediately following the battle, I think that Liliana would probably assist in escorting Brass back to Duneborough, mostly because she's never seen anything. She's really never seen much outside of
Vale Hollow?
Yes. So I think she gets excited to go somewhere completely elsewhere.
Mm-hmm.
And I would say upon returning, much like her sister, she would, having caught like a case of that, like, oh, I gotta do something else entirely, would denounce her noble rights and perhaps start following Hugin around to take over the Queen's Guard so that she can travel anywhere that Hugin goes.
I accept.
Yeah.
Oh, good, because I've already brought all my things. I was kicked out. They were mad.
I can think of...
Can't imagine why.
I can think of no one more suited to the title of Queen's Guard, Captain of the Queen's Guard, than the Slayer of the False King, Dame Liliana. You definitely would have been gifted a name for such thing. Do you want me to come up with it, or do you want to come up with it?
Or does Hugin want to come up with it?
Oh, now you're putting me on the spot.
I know, it's hard.
Oh, I got a good one.
I've got one.
Oh. Rattle it out.
King Ulrich, who was present at the battle, he, and again, like, you can be offered names, you don't necessarily have to take them. But King Ulrich offers Dame Liliana the name Dame Liliana Spider's Bane of House Vulpes.
Spider's Bane is quite good.
That is good. I was going to say Diamond Cleaver, since you, like, cut the head off when he was all diamonded up.
That one is mouthy, though.
Spider's Bane's pretty good.
I like Spider's Bane.
Pretty sick.
All right. Captain of the Queen's Guard. Paco.
Thought on it a little bit more, I think what he'd actually do is he'd still have that rage and whatever in him, and then probably the first time he actually goes back to the Riverlands, first traveling through the forest and seeing all the bugs and like basically the place he had to raise himself since he, escaped death. Kind of filled that rage a little bit more, but then when he actually gets to like the town that he was from, realizing that the thing he was mad at was more that kind of system was in place where, people are done wrong and injustices happen, and now he's part of the system under someone who's actually going to do it better. Like he's in a place to make changes if something's not going right.
Yeah.
So I think he kind of fully lets go, fully embraces being an ambassador.
Nice. Do you think Pockle does any, I don't want to say research, any investigation into what specifically happened to his father?
Yeah. I mean, we've got more people around that might have even been there now.
I'll provide you whatever resources you need. You have access to all of Oak Reach if you need.
Make an investigation check with advantage.
13. Also rolled a natural one, so that's good.
Pockle, you come across detailed notes of meetings between the Council of Five that date back generations of kings. It takes a long time pouring through them to find anything even remotely related.
I can barely read, so it takes a long time.
But eventually, you do come across a scroll of a particular meeting of the Council of Five that was called, actually by Bristlebeard. Gavert Goldentail is present in the meeting. And it's basically just a log of the minutes. It's the things that they discussed, the things that they came to. The reason that it takes you so long to find these, apart from being barely literate, is the fact that so much of what happens in these meetings is just little, like, minutia about, sewage systems, and like 90% of it is not interesting at all. But eventually you come across a passage that does interest you. A motion is brought before the Council of Five, as the king himself was in a position of not knowing enough information to decide on his own. And oftentimes when that happens, the Council of Five comes together and they vote. The title of this section of the meeting is Fate of Jerem the Smith. They talk briefly about the weapons that he invented. You find out that your family actually found one of the only, at least currently known, deposits of Eretium in the Nettlewood Grove, possibly in all of Fairlorn. And through his experiments, he discovered the ability to create these gem swords. Talks about how dangerous they are, that they are particularly lethal to beast weavers. And eventually it comes to a vote on whether or not his research should be allowed to continue, or if his research and himself should be removed. That's the political wording that they use, but you know what it meant. And below that, you see that the votes are as King Ulrich said. It was Queen Willa Shadefang and King Ulrich Ironhide against, and Gavert Goldentail, Ewan Kane, and Lupin are in favor. But the thing that really catches your attention is that you kind of can follow that trail to another paper trail of the setup of this entire event. And you find that the name of the one who was to head up the actual incident, the incursion and assassination of Jerem the Smith, was Sir Thylas Grimclaw of the Black Fang.
Was he one of the bears?
He's the thylacine.
Yeah.
The beast.
The beast.
Oh.
How does that affect Pockle? Does it sway you in your chosen path?
That position, being in the Black Fang, is that For life?
It's basically like being appointed as a knight. I will say, as you've known Thylas, he never used the title Sir, and he never used the name Grimclaw. He just went by either Thylas or the Beast. So you don't know if he revoked that title, or if he was removed, or if they cut him out to keep him quiet. You don't really know whether there was separation.
That talk about that. Right?
No, this is the thin sliver that you get before all talk of anything that has to do with Oresium has either been destroyed or is hidden. But the Nettlewood Grove finds itself in a time of prosper and economic growth. The cities expand further into their forests and plains, and the borders are calm.
There's one thing we need to do still. We needed to go get
Hugin wants
Riss's
to
body.
make sure that all of the bodies of the fallen have been recovered and are laid to rest. Or King Lupin and Skill and Azalea's, and if we can find out what happened to Lance as well, and then also to retrieve Riss's body from the forest and lay it to rest in the crypts.
Hugin, make me an investigation check. This is going to be a difficulty of 20.
Can I grant her guidance?
Sure.
Aha!
This is to be able to locate Lance's remains.
That's 27 without the guidance.
Nice. You might as well. We'll see how high it gets.
30.
Cool.
Hot damn. It almost feels like fate. You've been searching for several weeks of any news of what was done with the remains. And one day, as you are walking through the castle at Oakreach, you feel this draft, which is odd because you're very central within the castle. And something piques your attention, you follow it. And you head down into the depths of the dungeons beneath House Luperel, and almost forgotten, discarded. In a back dark corner, you come across a pile that is mostly bones, just a bit of fur still remaining. But you could never mistake the particular clothing that Lance was wearing in his final moments, still stained with blood. Nor could you forget the various bits of cloth bandages that still linger on parts of the remains. All of that together is more than enough to identify the remains of Sir Lance Leporidae of House Luperel, as you probably have someone gather them for you. And do you do individual ceremonies for everyone, or is it?
I think so. And I also work with artisans within Oakreach to ensure that Lance's memorial was built next to the skirmishes of Doomborough.
Mm-hmm.
I have another one in Oakreach of a large heart that in the center of it is a torch that is kept lit at all times.
Mm-hmm.
And I entreat, I think, the help of Munin, since I know that she was skilled as a bard, and then other artisans to create the play that Azalea wanted to make. And
I will say,
less propaganda and maybe a bit more true to story as to what happened.
You know what she would have wanted. Solidify your role as queen.
I will say, you go and search, and you find that actually the play is already being performed. What was the play name?
You had texted me, and I did think of one, but I forgot to text you. The play was called An Ode to the Wolf Princes.
Yeah, so you find out about a play called The Ode to the Wolf Princes, written by Arialva. And I would say you probably attend a showing by a group of players to see what it's about, and you realize that while it was intended as propaganda to, bring sympathy to House Luperel's situation, you find that the reason that it is so popular and that it is so many people have made a connection with this, that typically someone will write a play and a couple of players groups will do it. This one became an instant classic. It is performed all over the Nettlewood Grove, and it is because at its heart it is a story about a family just trying their best to protect each other. And I would say, if any, the only change you would want to make is that it was not written by Ari Alva. It was written by the late High Queen Azalea.
Yeah. I think I'd do that.
And thus brings us to a close on season 2 of A War of Fang and Fur. Thank you guys for watching. Check out Patreon for the post-game discussions of the Chaos Hours, where we chat after episodes. My brain is so fried. This is a really
Shutting
long
down.
episode.
We came in here at 90.
Yeah, this episode has been 4.5 hours. Thank you guys so much for watching, and join us next week for the reveal of our next... Should I say it now?
It gets revealed here.
It does?
Yeah, that's what
shit.
you discussed wanting to do. Reveal.
Well, stay tuned for the reveal of our next long-form campaign, not mini-arc, the Sparkwind Chronicles. The nights have grown long in Ilvermere. Dark though the Umbral Sea is, nights of the Isle of Ilvermere are not as dark as one might presume. Up above in the sky, spark winds wave and dance, bursting with brilliant green, blue, red, and orange lights.
Saoirse is about 10.
They are 11 years old.
He's 10.
Just a couple years older, I'm 12 years old.
You are all enveloped in darkness. A darkness like none of you have ever seen. No moons, the spark winds have gone out. It is actual night. You see as the forest line begins to shift as it is moving towards the city itself. Get to the shore. Get to the longboat. Go. Go. I'm right behind you. Do you think Granny Brynja and Talos make it?
I think we gotta roll for it.
It has been 15 years since the night of the Ember Flare, when the spark winds briefly vanished from the sky, then burst alight with vibrance never before seen, nor since. We're finishing the character sheets.
Okay.
The next time we see these characters, they'll be adults. You see as he swings his sword up, and you swear there is a flash of light as he cleaves it in half and does his first ever divine smite.
There's only one way to find out. Is to go back.
But that's not all. We don't have a release date for this particular endeavor yet, but we just wanted to assure some of you at home who might be wondering where they're at that we do have one more thing in store. Lightning flashes as armies clash atop miles of ice speckled with protruding ruins of stone. You rush over to Shindrash, you press the diamond to Shindrash's largest wounds. and begin reciting the all too familiar chant of resurrection. The diamond glows in your grip and then bursts into a swirling mass of glinting particles that hold in the air before scattering in the wind. You've experienced a spirit refusing the resurrection magics before, but this is different. Welcome, weary travelers, to another exciting campaign from Arcanarama! Yay! Guess who's back? It's everyone. We are hopping back into Kavora for the first time since the end of the Mistwalkers campaign. Familiar voice calls out from behind you. You fools, what have you done?
Double trailer.
We did it!
Oh,
Double trailer!
Want
Nobody
me to-
died!
Do you want me to help you, like,
I went down a little bit.
fix
That's my
do
fault.
this?